Welcome back to CEO Money. I'm Michael Yorba, your host. Thanks for joining us, and Mervyn Price, co-host.
Thank you.
All right, this segment is John Kosar, CMT, Certified Market Technician, Chief Investment Strategist with Asbury Research. John, welcome to the show.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. John, please give us some background on who you are. First time on our CEO Money show. And let's get into what Asbury Research does. And I've got a whole list of questions for you.
Sure, great. Asbury Research has been around since 2005. I've been around since 1980. I started my career on the floor of the Chicago Mercantile Exchange in 1980. Spent 15 years there kind of learning how the financial assets business runs really from the inside out, kind of watching money flows, watching who made money, why, in terms of the trading on the floor that goes on. I left the floor in the mid-'90s and went to work for several large firms, a couple of banks, some more analyst firms that were boutiques, and I launched Asbury in 2005. What we do is provide investment analysis, stock ideas, where to be in the markets. Should you be fully invested? How much should you be in bonds? What kind of bonds? What parts of the market? And we do this for everybody from multi-billion-dollar hedge funds all the way down to individual investors. We have different levels of service for each, and we're actually launching an investment management firm here in the fall because we've had a lot of demand from individuals that were actually getting our research, but they wanted a little more full service from us. So I've been around for a while, and we're very good at tracking financial markets and trying to determine where to put your money.
All right. Now, it's not to say that you missed anything, but you missed something. You've also been recognized as a top U.S. market analyst. I mean, let's say it wasn't easy getting through from 1980 to here and not getting noticed with the results that you produce for your people. I just want to put that out there for everybody. Let me jump in there with a couple of real quick questions. You're not afraid to say what you think is going to happen next. A lot of people are afraid to do that. You're not. Near-term stock market direction into the fall. What do you think?
I think we're going to go into a danger zone between here and the end of September. I'm seeing a lot of, let's put it this way, let's even be more specific. We had a pretty sharp move down in the stock market here the past couple of days. Mm-hmm. If we don't hold in here, and I mean right here, the lows of this week, I think we roll into a deeper pullback that could be anywhere from 5 to 7%. Can it go even lower than 7%? Absolutely it can. We haven't had a move down in a long time. But right now, this is a near-term inflection point, and what I don't like is a lot of little nuanced things that I look at. I've noticed asset flows have been negative. In other words, people are pulling money out of commonly traded ETFs like the spiders and QQQs. A little wonky here, but corporate bond spreads have started to widen. That means the bond market's getting a little bit nervous. Another thing I noticed is Amazon. Amazon is one of the top 5 in market cap in terms of the size of the stock.
Are you still there? Uh-oh.
Well, that's a shame.
I hear a train in the background.
We've lost John.
John, I hope he didn't step off the platform.
And Michael, I was about to ask him this. He's so skilled at what he does. Does he have a crystal ball? Does he have phenomenal algorithms? Or just tremendous insight and experience? I was dying to ask that question. So he's coming back for me to ask that.
I hope so. I don't hear him anymore. I hear the train. One of the other things that we need to talk to him about when he comes back, if he comes back, because it didn't sound like nobody pushed him into the train, but is what he thought about going into the market direction for, say, 2018. And my thoughts were, I don't know, we would need to talk about the technical analysis of this too, but on the fundamental side, what we're coming up to now when it comes to the geopolitical events that are happening around the world. Give us. I mean, just listen to you and me talk until.
Sure. Until
John
we find
comes
John
in.
again. Well, what I've noticed about Asbury is they're not parochial and domestic. They base their economic research and forecasts on everything from China, India, emerging markets, commodities, South America, economic conditions in Brazil, right through to Mexico, and right through to global warming. It's an amazing algorithm they have, and that's why I was interested in seeing how they developed it. They bring that information and they basically distill it and look at the impact that they have and apply that to the domestic economics of the USA. So in so doing, they're able to predictively look ahead of what could happen in the USA economic markets with regard to the global interactions economically. And then, of course, you've got to factor in things like Korea. So
That's what I'm thinking about because I've got a guest coming up, Tim Boss, next Friday, and he's got a pretty dire opinion about what may happen. I mean, our last guest, what was it? Greg Thomas, our first guest, actually on the show today, was saying he was sure we're going to war with Korea. I don't want to start a riot or anything, but there's a lot of things that could impact the economy right now.
The thing is, you have to define war. The largest war we fight on a continuous basis is a cyber war, and we've been fighting one with Iran and Korea for a long, long time.
That's scary.
That cyber war is, once upon a time, we had the upper hand here in this nation. We knew what we were doing. We controlled it. And then the Far East is coming in after Russia. So what we have is a problem.
Got Merv. Looks like John was able to grab that phone and come back to us. John, thanks for coming back.
Yes, thank you. I'm glad to be back.
I'm glad you didn't. We heard the train in the background. We're like, I hope we didn't fall off the platform. Let me drive back into this intermediate short-term market direction into 2018, though.
Intermediate term, I think if, again, the vulnerability that I see for the near term is between now and the end of September. That's when seasonally stocks go down. Mm-hmm. Seasonally, stocks are very strong in the fourth quarter. And bigger picture, I think we could see anywhere from an additional 12 to 20% higher stocks overall, through 2018. I don't know how fast it's going to get there, but I do see the potential for another leg up.
Okay, so this is a buying opportunity, this 5 to 7% drop.
That's how I would view it. Again,
Okay.
I mean, but I take the market's temperature after it has the drop, and if everything looks safe from that point, then I re-enter, yes.
So if there's a big fundamental jerk because of, say, a geopolitical event, North Korea is on everybody's mind right now, that you've got to have a support level that you're looking at, a number, a region, an event, and bring that out because that's what people need to. And we've got about 2 minutes left in the interview.
I absolutely do. Give me 2 seconds to pull up a chart on one of my screens here. And what I'm looking at is basically 2340 to 2320 in the S&P 500.
Got it. 23.
That's the place where if we drop in there, I'm taking the market's temperature with a lot of different metrics we use to try to determine whether there's more pain or whether that's an opportunity. But that's the place, if we get there, that investors should be looking to potentially put some new money to work. Potentially, just, again, we have to see what the environment is then.
I got it. All right, we are out of time, but before we go, contact information for you so that people can get access to what you do so well.
Sure. Go to asburyresearch.com, ASBURY research.com. There's a contact tab on the website. All you have to do is give us your name and your email address, and we will reach out to you, send you a couple of free research reports, and help you with any additional information you might want.
John, thanks so much for being a guest. Really appreciate this. We'll talk to you again real soon.
Nice to be here. Thanks, Michael.
My pleasure. CEO Money, Michael Yorba, Mervyn Price. We'll be back again real soon. Thanks for showing up.
Thank you for listening to CEO Money. If you would like to be a guest on our show or know someone who should be on our show, please contact us at info@wfn1.com or our website, wfn1.com. If you would like to reach any of our guests, please visit us at wfn1.com. Join us on Twitter at WFN Live or our Facebook page at WFN Live. We'll be back Monday with more great interviews and ahead of the curve information you just can't get anywhere else.
CEO Money is sponsored by WF News 1 Incorporated. Views and opinions heard on CEO Money are not necessarily the opinion of this station or its management. Material on this program is intended for general information only and should not be taken as specific investment, tax, or legal advice.